Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw a Concavenator Dinosaur. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. There'll even be one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, so I was looking into these dinosaurs. Someone actually requested it. I was like, hey, that's not a bad idea. That's a good thing to start drawing, you know? And it's really fascinating and fun because all we really have to go by are the bones. And, you know, it's kind of fun to try to figure out what goes where, why did this happen, and why it looks that way. And yeah, so I think I'm going to start doing more. I think that's a good tutorial or book to do because it's fascinating, you know, because there's not a lot of books I can go, not books, pictures I can go by because it's everybody's interpretation, you know. And I just thought it was fascinating, so I just thought I'd say that yeah, thanks for suggesting it, and I'm gonna start doing more. So yeah, so like one of the things, I'm gonna get into this, I'll talk more about it also later on, I guess, but one of the things that I thought was really fascinating about this was, like I said, looking at the bones, figuring out what goes where, and trying to recreate it. Because the reason I'm saying that is because like this one specifically, or this is the first one I'm looking at, so really I don't really say specifically this one, but because this is the first one I really had to sit down and look at. And I mean, I've always been fascinated by dinosaurs, who hasn't, you know? I was the bones, the arms right here were just kind of laying on the rib cage, and I was like, that's not right, that's not how anatomy works. And then I realized that, oh, that's the clavicle. That part goes here, and that's what you have here, kind of thing, you know? Kind of looking at anatomy, kind of figuring it out for myself. And oh my gosh, that was so fascinating to try to detective, you know, try to figure it out, you know? And so yeah, so that's what I really liked about it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do more. This is really fun. And I mean, the nice part is no one can really say you're wrong either, you know? I mean, you can kind of challenge me and say, well, that might not go there, and okay, that's fine. But, you know, like I said, this is totally up for interpretation because we don't know anything about them. Okay. I think I've got it down the way I want it. Alright, let me add some details into the face here. And I mean, I guess the one downside is, you know, we don't know. So I kind of have to go by, you know, what I think this would look like. But also, I mean, we have the bones to kind of guide us. But I mean, I guess what I'm saying is the one downside is we don't know anything beyond the bones. And you know, maybe I don't know that much about dinosaurs or recreating that kind of stuff, but I'm not able to tell, you know, color, skin, or skin folds. Like I guess if we looked at an elephant, would we know how big those ears are and the trunk and that kind of stuff? You know, I mean, because so much of it is, you know, cartilage and skin and color and whatnot, hair, you know. So that's the one downside, is we just don't know. But it's still fun. All right. I think I'm comfortable with that. I think I can join up and get started. Now, the one strange thing is there are some weird bumps on... I'm looking at the bones, and there are some strange bumps in the bones, like right here. So I guess I can kind of accent that and play around with it. But again, we don't know, so that's kind of the downside, you know? I just have to use my imagination. Alright. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot a nose. Alright, let's do that. Let's get going. So, I'm going to switch over to the Sharpies. I'm going to erase some of these sketch lines, because what I need is just the confidence lines. And that's how you want to work with life anyway, is you want to work with confidence, not with sketchiness. And also this way, when I work with the Sharpie, you won't really see you won't see the pencil lines. You'll just see the Sharpie, you know? Okay, I think that's a nice ghost of an image that I can work with. Let's just welcome everybody that skipped to the Sharpie portions. All right. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a drawing every day. It may not be a dinosaur, but it's still something you can join along with and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. So, I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the lighter sides of the drawing, and what's left is a darker ghost of an image that I can draw over, that can guide me in the drawing. And I think I'll go ahead and start with the Sharpie fine point, because it's so thick, and then I'll come back and add some tinier, like for the teeth, some tinier points for the detail. So, like I said, I've sketched the entire thing out, so I'm just going to pick a point and just start going and build off of that. So I'm just going to go with the head. Let's just go ahead and start with the top of the head into the back of the neck. So I'm kind of following the bones. And I talked about this in the sketch, that all we have are the bones to go by. So I'm just kind of guessing at shape, positioning, placement, stuff like that. But it's fascinating. It's great, because what I was talking about is like the arms on the bones are just laying on there, and I was like, what is that? But that's not arms, that's the clavicle is what that was. I was like, oh, I see where that goes and why this is at and that kind of thing. So it's really fascinating to see. So sorry I stopped and I'm in the middle of talking, but I'm just following my sketch, so that's why I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going. And I'm gonna draw the tail around here like this. And you don't have to make it perfect. That's why I'm kind of bumping it like this every now and then, just to say that's skin, that's scales, that's, you know, imperfections. I'm gonna stop right there for the leg. I'm gonna come back around to work my way this way. That was a long line. I really should have just worked this way, but that's just something to get you started to see the enormity of this drawing. So I'm gonna draw the other side of the head. Come down. I'm just kind of following what the bones look like, really. And I'm going to draw the front of the mouth, and I'm going to have his mouth open. So we'll go ahead and bring it in like this. Now, like I was talking about in there, in the sketches, I can only do so much, and I can only so much that's based on the bones, and the rest is guess. So, I'll come back and add that detail in a second. We're just going to add the bottom of the neck here, like into the clavicle, like I was talking about. Come down like this. I'm going to stop right back here for the arm. The other arm's going to be back behind that part of the body. So I'm going to draw this arm like this. That's where the crook of the elbow is going to be. We'll go ahead and bring it to the elbow like that. We'll draw the forearm like this. That. And again, I'm just kind of making this up, so, you know, have fun with it, do what you want. And I'm gonna fix some of this stuff in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and build, and then we'll come back and add some finer detail. So we know he's got claws, so I'm going to go ahead and just draw him some hands with some tiny little thumbs, something like that, because all we see are the claws and the bones. We don't know anything about thumbs, so I'm just going to give him something and then draw where the claws are going to be. Okay, and the way I have this hand is, this is the back of the hand. This one's going to be, you're going to see the front like that. So, like I said, you're going to look at the back of it is what we're going to be doing. And you can only see so much of each one. I'll add more of a point on that one in a second. So same thing here, but it's going behind that one so you can't really see it. Let's go ahead and add a little detail so you can see. So this, I'm going to go ahead and make a pointy claw. This Sharpie, even though it's called a fine point Sharpie, it's not very fine point compared to something like this. So I'm just going to round that off, say that's behind that so we can't really see it, and add a little bit of just some, you know, strange dinosaur scaled fun. Okay, and again, I'm just kind of adding just some creativity is basically what I'm doing. And okay, I told you we'd do that later. I'm already starting, so hang on. Let's go ahead and do that other arm since we're here, and then we'll work towards these legs and finish off the head. So again, we're going to do the arm. So you're going to imagine it's connected there. We're going to come down like this to the crook of the elbow, then to the elbow like that. We're going to draw that meaty forearm like we did there, to the hand. Okay, so that's where the hand's going to be. And so this one, this was the back of the hand, remember? This one, you're going to see the inside, kind of like this. So I've got it angled up a little bit, so I'm going to come in here, draw one little paw finger like that, draw the other one like this, and again draw the other one back behind that, and we'll just kind of do something like that. Okay, so again, let's add just a little bit of detail just to kind of clean it off, make some points with those razor sharp talons. There we go. And we'll do some fun stuff with color. We'll figure that out, you know, to make it come alive, make it our own, you know. Because that's the other thing I was talking about in the drawing is the one downside is all we have are the bones, so we don't know about color, cartilage, as far as I know, stuff like that. Because I was talking about an elephant. I was like, how would we know if we found elephant bones that it had that giant trunk or those giant ears, you know? So who knows? Dinosaurs. Scientists probably know. I don't know. All I can do is go by what I feel like drawing. So let's do this leg, and we're going to do the legs just like we did the arms. You're going to see this one. This one's back behind. So let's go ahead and just draw that big old meaty thigh to the knee. Okay, and it's going to come down to the inside of his old chicken leg like this. We'll go ahead and do this side so you can see what I'm talking about with the rest of it. So we're going to draw big old meaty thigh like that. I'm going to add some like musculature like this. We'll go ahead and bring it down like that. And again, that's where we're going to draw like hand type talons. Okay. All right. There we go, something like that. It's probably thicker than that because holding up a dinosaur's, you're probably gonna need something bigger than that. But you know, that's just what I did. That's just how I draw. Because that's the nice thing. This is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. All right. And I'm just adding just some kind of some style, some look to it. And we'll do more with color and have some fun with it that way. What else? That's it for now. Let's go ahead and just move on to the other leg. And same thing, it's going to be back behind his arm, so we're going to say it's back here like that. There's the knee, there's the back side, coming into his old chicken leg. Coming down to the foot, like this. And we'll go ahead and just draw those talons. Then I'll connect them in a second. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's draw it in front first. That way we can draw what's behind afterwards. There we go. I'm going to connect it a little bit. There we go. Again, just a little style. Who knows? Who knows, right? Clean that up a little bit. There we go. All right. So now, yeah, let's just do some teeth. And I'm gonna float them and then connect them in a second. Okay. And again, I've sketched this out so I know where they're going. I'm not just random. Well, I am randomly putting them down, but I'm just saying I know where I want to place them. Okay, and I'll connect them all in a second with some gums, something like that. This one we're going to put under his mouth, like it's don't have his snarled teeth showing. But we still have to connect it, you know. All right. How's yours coming out? Awesome. Alright, so now I'm going to connect it in the back. Like that. And we'll go ahead and just do like what would be a tongue inside there like this. Again, color was gonna hide a lot for us. I'm going to thicken some of this up just to show like the outline like we did for the rest of it, just to kind of make it stand out. That's the edge. Like that. Okay? Alright, so let's connect these gums. Something like this. Just to show his teeth are snarled and showing. And again, I'm going to thicken this up. You don't have to do this. I just like doing it for a black and white look to the edge here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw his eyes and draw just some kind of detail to him, just to kind of, you know, work something in. And let's say we'll give him like a furrowed brow. Lips kind of curled and whatnot. And you don't have to add this kind of detail. I'm just kind of having fun with the fact that it's unknown, you know? We can do whatever we want. And a lot of this I'll do with color too, but I'm just kind of adding a little extra, you know, just something. There we go. So there you go. So I say we do take care of the rest with color. So that is a Concavenator Dinosaur. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.